Dear students, once again welcome to Ramanujan College. The college is using a dedicated software for subject selection and attendance and related academic use. So to log into your dedicated web page, you can access to this web link erp.ramanujancollege.ac.in. This is also available with a PDF shared with you. Once you click onto this link, that is erp.ramanujancollege.ac.in, you have to put your CSAS number as user ID and the default password is pass@123. Both the details are given in the instruction PDF also. But for right now, I am using one test login to show you how the software works. So let me put some default login. So upon login, you will be getting this sort of page where you can update your email or phone number and add profile picture. But the first task that you have to do is to map your subject, which is most important because your elective papers will be started once you have selected all your subjects. So click onto this tab, that is subjects, and then click on selected. On selected, you have to map your own subjects or give your own preferences or choices using which the college will allocate you the selected set of subjects. So as discussed in the orientation also, as well as the PDF shared with you. So these are the subjects assigned to one of the students of BSc Honors Computer Science course. So for this, these three are the core papers that you cannot change. It is already decided by the university. But yes, you have to give preferences for rest of the papers. For example, you have to select all your SECs and give preferences. So preference one basically means you have to give your first preference, which means if the slot is available, college will directly allot you the first preference. For example, I am putting digital marketing as my first preference, or some other, for example, IT skills as my second preference. For example, cloud computing as my third preference, then some other paper, for example, business communication, and for example, some paper like ecotourism and entrepreneurship. So in this order of preference, your preference will be digital marketing or IT skills or cloud computing, business communication, sustainable ecotourism. You will be given one subject out of this with a point that college will try to allocate you preference 1. If it is not available, then preference 2. If it is not available, then preference 3, and so on. Similarly, for this course, this semester, AEC is an EVS, that is environmental science. For some other courses, it may be Hindi A or Hindi B or Hindi C. So before submitting your particular request for Hindi A, B, C or D or E or some other AEC, please read the instructions given in the PDF very carefully. So because it depends upon till which class you have studied your Hindi. Next is about GE. Again, the procedure is same. You have to select one GE out of the given 1, 2, 3, for example, 4, 5, 6, 7 values. For example, I am checking wealth management as my first preference or calculus as my third preference. If you by mistake select one of the preference that you have already selected, so the software will give you a error that you have already selected this preference, choose some other preference. So in that case, you have to use the different preferences in each of the elective papers. So for example, what I can use finance for everyone as my third preference. Similarly, for back, I will be having 13 choices, out of which I can select any of my choice. For example, ecology, for example, ethics, for example, ethics and values. One more subject is there, and for example, culture and communication. This is how you have to put your preference. But before submitting, you have to cross check all the values that you have put, like all the preferences, because this cannot be changed later. Once you press this submit button, you are not allowed to change your preference. So carefully fill all your preferences. Once again, I am repeating, DSCs are fixed, you cannot change them. You can give total 5 preferences, and there are total of 18 subjects, out of which you have to select any 5 based upon your choice as preference 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. No two preferences can be same. You have to put different subjects for this. Similarly, AEC, for some courses it is EVS or environmental science, and for some other courses it will be Hindi A, B, C, and DE. I think it will be displayed under this tab. So for selection of AEC, please read the PDF document carefully. Next is the selection of GE. That is, for example, a constitution of 4 or 5 or 6 subjects, and you have to select 3 out of this. So right now I'm having total of 7 subjects, out of which I have selected 3 preferences, preference 1, 2, and 3. Similarly, back I am having 13 values, out of which I have selected 4 preferences, 1, 2, 3, and 4. So after all this, you have to submit, and once you have submitted this type of notification appears, and you can simply use all these values, or you can simply see that this is the selection that you have carried out. Once the college has approved your subject, all the approved subject will come under this tab. Initially it is no data available, but yes, it will be available soon once the college has finalized your subjects. So this is the selection. So I hope this is clear, and once you have submitted all your preference, you can simply log out with your page. So I request everyone to please read the instructions and please see this video before putting all your choices. Also, if possible, please use laptops, because in some cases the name of the subjects, they are very large names, so you can clearly read all the names if you are using laptop.